Coach of the Week, George Connor from Connor Golf up in Avon, Connecticut. Good morning, my friend.
Morning, Damon.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
This is another part of the game that's a mystery to a lot of folks. You hit a nice drive, you hit a nice approach shot, and then you three-putt.
Right.
It's a bummer.
Yep.
How can you fix us?
Well, what I see a lot, unfortunately, is golfers kind of overlook putting, and especially in their warm-up. They're going to hit some drivers, they're going to hit some irons, and then boom, they're off to the first tee. Frankly, we don't spend enough time warming up anyway. But when it comes to putting, I think the recreational player in some ways has it harder than a tour pro, because the tour pro is on the same golf course for the whole week.
Right.
If there's a change to the green speed, it's kind of incremental, so they can adjust to it very quickly. You know, recreational guy plays on Saturday, plays again the next Saturday. The green speeds can be completely different, let alone they're playing different golf courses. So I think it's really important. Take a few minutes on the putting green, and I've got a couple drills that I like to have people do. And really, in just a few minutes, you can kind of calibrate the speed for the day.
So you have to practice. I mean, I'll be honest. I'll get to the driving range. I'll hit some shots. You know, I'll maybe hit a couple chips. And then the putting green is almost like an afterthought. Yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, let's just drop down a ball.
Yeah,
and then
you go to the putting green if there's a backup on the first tee.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you just
yeah, then you kind of mindlessly go on about your business. But you think there's an actual method to help us get better?
Absolutely. And I wouldn't necessarily call this practice. Like I say, just getting kind of calibrated for the day.
Okay.
Two simple drills. One is just an awareness drill. I threw 2 tees down there, and that's kind of my target. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit a few putts, and as soon as I make contact, I'm going to judge it. Is it short, is it long, or is it just right?
Okay.
So if I get up here and I say, okay, I think that's going to be a little long, I look up and I say, okay, well, the greens are roughly the speed that I think they are. On the other side, you know, if I think it's long, I look up and it comes up 3 feet short.
Right.
It's like a smack in the face, like I'm way off. So you do that a few times.
Interesting. This is all about speed. You're not even worrying about the hole at this point. You're on the practice green to gauge the speed of the green.
Absolutely. That's what we're trying to do.
All right. So so you're a little long here?
Yeah, so I'll do a few of those, and I'll say, okay, now I'm going to do the Goldilocks drill.
Yeah.
Goldilocks drill is the first one I'm going to intentionally hit too far.
Oh, I see what
the next one I'm going to intentionally hit roughly the same amount short as it was long. And then because it's the Goldilocks drill, that third one's going to be just right. And your brain can kind of find the middle.
Yes.
So if you did that a few times, do it from 6 feet, do it from 20 feet, not even trying to make it in the hole.
Okay.
Just getting used to speed.
How much time would you spend on this part of your day? You know how busy everybody is. They're running to the golf course. They're running from work. Maybe they're playing 9 holes. How much time would you spend on this aspect of your warm-up?
You know, I'd say you can calibrate the speed in 2 or 3 minutes.
That quickly, okay.
Just with those little simple drills, and then take another 2 or 3 minutes just hitting putts from different distances.
Okay.
Yeah.
When folks come to you for lessons on the putting green in general, what's something you see with amateurs? Is there a consistent theme of mistakes that you see over and over again, whether it's alignment, whether it's grip pressure, as Paige McKenzie talked about in her drill?
When it comes to speed, I think most amateurs really don't understand how they're going to control the speed of the putter.
Okay.
And that's all really the ball knows, right? If I hit it in a sweet spot, the only other variable is how fast is the putter moving when it hits the ball. And I think the recreational player struggles with that. So what I like to do, if you just go 2 extremes, you got a putting green that's much, much faster than you're used to,
right,
and then much, much slower. If you just change one thing in each case, I think you can do a lot better. On really fast greens, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get the putter head to move very slowly. And what I would like people to do is really get rid of all the grip, the pressure in your thumbs.
Okay.
The less pressure of the thumbs putting down on the shaft this way, it's much easier to keep the putter moving nice and slow. And I'll have players on really fast downhill putts just take the thumbs off completely.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
How about another key to the mechanics of the putting stroke? Is there something there's a basic fundamental that you want to see the folks, whether it's where their elbows are, whether it's how their arms hang?
One of the big mistakes you asked earlier is the ratio of the stroke that I call it. And what I hate to see, and I see it far too often, is what I call like a 30-70 stroke, where if you take the top of the swing and the finish, if 30% of that's on this side of the ball and 70% is over there,
right,
that guy's really going to struggle with speed control, because he's never going to understand how fast the putter is actually moving at impact, which is all that matters.
Right.
Because he's going to just be accelerating the putter and it's changing speeds throughout. I'd much rather see, and a great way to do it on very slow greens is have more of a, say, 60-40 stroke, or 50-50 is fine, where the backswing's slightly longer than the forward swing.
Like it.
Because what's going to happen at impact? It's a collision. So the putter's going to slow down. If I'm if I'm re-accelerating it after the stroke, I'm really going to lose my touch.
This is such an important part of the game. George, you've been great all week. Thank you very much. And by the way, he's got tips all week for you on Golf Channel Academy's Facebook and Twitter pages. I insist that you check those out, and to find a coach in your area, go to golfchannelacademy.com. George, excellent work, buddy. George Connor in Avon, Connecticut. Look him up.